everybody. Welcome to the Sage and Soul podcast. I am Nubian the Nonpartisan.
Chic the Sensuous.
And I am Lux the Healing Honey, and we are
Sage and Soul. Sorry that we haven't really been around lately. Things are happening behind the scenes, so we're trying to get everything situated.
Great things.
Great things are happening behind the scenes, so that's what we're trying to do right now. But, you know, we're going to grace you with our presence. We're coming.
We're
Give
here.
us some time.
We're here now, so we're going to sing it.
We're here now, so we're going to sing. So tonight we're actually talking about Meghan Markle. You know, the headline that the Oprah made some memes for this year.
She did.
And they also made the calendar for March.
They did.
Meghan Markle and Harry. You know, the whole Gorilla Glue girl. What was my? Oh, January was the
Capital
Y'all
crap.
still should shame yourself for that.
I can't believe it.
Yeah,
somebody really is taking track of that calendar.
Yeah.
What's
So,
that?
power to be.
Right. Yeah.
If you guys haven't noticed, we're kind of like lighthearted. We've been celebrating. We haven't seen each other for a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we've
like
been
longer than that.
yeah, it does feel like that. So we've been kind of celebrating for 2. We've been celebrating for the day. What are you doing?
Sorry, it was falling.
Oh, it was.
Shout out to the celebration just for being amongst friends. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Because these days, man, they hard without your friends. Oh,
Yeah.
Missing y'all.
Yeah, definitely missing you guys.
No, for real, definitely. Yeah.
So, mental health check-in. We haven't done that in a while, so just want to do a mental health check-in. How are you guys mentally? Let us know in the, down below and on Instagram.
Definitely
Yes, please.
Instagram.
Wherever you at, let us know how you feeling. Are you good? How you feeling this year? With stimulus and all coming up.
Yes. Enjoy your free money.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much of a free it is.
Because the IRS could take. Well, the debt collectors.
Well, if you owe child support, I don't know what to tell you. If you owe some money, then it ain't free.
Well, they haven't been able. They've been garnishing their checks for a while, especially if you owe some money.
Yeah, well, I don't know
what
what
the last
to
2 stimulus checks they wasn't allowed to. Well, I don't know if they wasn't allowed, but they couldn't do that. But this one they can. So you better hope you get your stimulus.
Hello.
If you didn't, let us know.
They ain't gonna let you know.
Yeah, they usually tell you.
They ain't gonna tell you.
Well,
not the government. I mean, the people that's watching.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna tell you that. Ain't nobody gonna tell you they lost.
About Meghan Markle, guys. So I don't know if you guys seen the interview. Have you guys seen the interview?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Briefly.
I'm just kind of
because it's stuff you
expect. Like I said, stuff that's not in my tax bracket. Now you're talking about royalty here. It's just kind of I think I was only interested because of the fact that Meghan Markle was black. Other than that, I would not have paid it any attention. Right. It's just here we go again with the bull. This lady is not. Hello, my friends are black. You know what I'm saying? Seriously? It's just kind of y'all getting out of control with this shit.
Yeah.
For real. And it's always just nonsense, It's stuff that I expect that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I kind of. Well, I don't know if I expected it because she's not even black. Well, she's
her
black,
mother is black, but her father is white.
Caucasian.
Correct.
I mean.
But,
how would it be if he brought Lupita Nyong'o up in there?
Oh, they gonna have a behavior. I
doubt that he probably wouldn't even. He probably wouldn't even be able to be.
I know. Yeah, he probably He probably wouldn't even be able to date her.
Yeah, no. It's more so she won an Oscar. Let me go congratulate her because I'm the prince.
Right.
It's not because I want to date her because her melanin is wonderful.
Right.
She's just a wonderful being.
Right.
So I don't throw, I don't trust people as far as I could throw them. I can't throw the royal family too far.
Yeah.
And just you can just tell, when you can see, if all of their servants are black or of some other color or whatever the case is, but they also may be white, so I don't know what's in the Buckingham Palace.
But
we don't know. We don't know what's in there. But however, if it's just kind of like, how can you not? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's something weird. Like, I've never seen a black person in the royal family
at no point.
Even with Queen, who was it? Is it Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria? Is one of them that she was also, they called her a mulatto, but she was also in the royal family. But it's some lineage. It's some lineage.
What was it? The one drop?
She had features of a black woman.
She did have
and she looked the picture, but they painted. Yeah, so with the painting, it's not really of an actual
person. Right.
I mean, you can get it to as possible, but it's kind of like if I was to see an actual photograph, would I know that it was her?
Right, right, yeah.
She almost looked like a redhead.
Right. It was something like to that effect, but she was of black descent of some sort. So, I mean, there's that, but with all the whitewashing.
So what is the damn problem? If you got black in your blood already, what you tripping for?
What's the issue?
Well, see, when you try so hard to whitewash it, why then?
But at the end of the day,
they feel like it's a taint. Like feel like it's a stain.
A taint.
But still. But I'm just saying that's probably what it feels
like tainted blood.
Yeah, it would be a tainted stain. Like if you work so hard to have your bloodline to be, I guess.
And that's
a certain way.
Why is it that deep? Like I don't know, y'all.
I told you, anti-blackness is a thing.
It is
right, but if somebody could give me a reason why,
it's not gonna make sense.
But I need
gonna make sense.
Why?
Well, see, I even asked biblically why, and it's still there's no answer.
There's no answer.
It's really no answer.
I'm just what is the problem? What is the issue?
What's the issue here?
What you want? Especially,
maybe sorry. Go ahead.
We didn't ask to be brown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no. Some of us, y'all wish I was, and maybe that's part of the problem. But for those of us that have not, why you hate us so much? You hate our little babies. What the hell is wrong with you?
It's that you have to start the baby though.
I need, and y'all been killing our kids since the dawn of time. What is wrong with you?
Let's talk about it.
I need to know. If somebody could give me a good answer why, I'm not gonna understand, but I would like to know.
And they don't really have an answer either. I don't think it's really
unknown. It's just unknown.
It's not a definitive answer. This is definite. This is why and blah blah blah. It's just based off of what they feel like they know. It's not anything, or it just could be a guilt thing, and it's just being passed around. So it's kind of like I said before, we've never displayed any type of savagery, but yet they're afraid of us like we have portrayed
because they're scared that we're going to wake up one day and be pissed the hell off. And
it's just really strange to me. They're projecting what they've done onto us when we haven't done anything remotely close.
And you said it. Guilt.
Yeah, it's guilt.
It's guilt.
I think
that's probably the main force behind it.
Absolutely. Guilt trip.
When you really think about this one little brown baby that you're gonna have in the Buckingham Palace is really gonna make that big of a damn difference.
Well, the baby ain't even that brown.
That's my point.
But see, that's how ignorant people are.
Thank you. That's my point. I'm just saying, this lady, she if I saw her walking down the street, I would not think twice that she was that she was black. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't think that's the first thing that she was black.
Because she really don't.
Because she mixed race.
Yeah.
So she can't pass white.
And she absolutely. So you better be lucky that, you got what you had. Because I told Bria, I said that was probably the best that he could get. Because he really liked black girls. He probably really liked black women. But he knew damn well he couldn't bring no chocolate piece up in there.
And he looked like he probably would.
That's what I'm saying.
He probably would, though.
He did briefly have a thing with Rihanna.
Right. And when Bria told me that, I said, that's a glimpse into what he really liked.
I remember seeing those pictures a long time ago, and the pictures resurfaced. So I do remember. I do remember that. So
he had to settle for
basically
Meghan Markle.
it just wasn't gonna work out. And he, whatever. I fell in love, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
But I don't know. The whole skin color thing is really just that's a mental health issue. I feel that's something that I don't know. That need to be the DSM-5. Somebody need to write that up because it's just really what is the I don't know. Is it a phobia? Is it Seriously,
Well,
just
definitely
to be scared. So it might
Right.
could be a phobia.
Or like what like, and if it is a phobia, then what the hell are you scared of exactly? We should be scared of y'all asses.
Yeah, I don't see
Correct.
why that's like a child going constantly up to the stove.
And touching the shit, and after you know it's gonna be hot, you already got burnt once.
You know, that's another story for another day. Once everybody like gets tired of being burned, I think that's when everybody join together and become this pot, whatever. But okay, so who do you guys think actually said something about the child's skin color?
That old ass lizard. That's who said something.
Is that the one that looked like it's decomposing?
Yes. The one that went down in the church hat. Queen Elizabeth.
Well, no, they said that she actually is in support of the...
I don't give a damn what they talking
it
about.
might be a lie.
That lady is a lizard. And I know that. That lady, she probably knows the truth.
You know what? I don't think that to be honest, I don't think that she's the one who said something.
Well, you know who? Oh, I also feel like the brother might have said something too.
That's the one that
I feel like
decomposing.
William?
Wait.
No, I'm saying Queen Elizabeth.
Charles is the one that looked like he decomposed.
Well, I don't know their names.
No, I'm talking about William.
Name, that's all that matters.
William
Charles
and Kate.
is the daddy.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about William and Kate. His brother. Harry's brother. I feel like he's the one who probably said something to him. They didn't bring it.
I think the daddy said something too.
Well, it's always the man.
I think the daddy.
I mean, the women, that's why I don't know.
I heard Kate.
And they should not be.
I feel like Kate probably said some shit too.
Maybe.
Well, you shouldn't be saying anything because... Never mind.
What, the baby didn't come out looking nowhere near Michael Blackson?
Who baby looks like Michael Blackson? Who that black in the royal palace?
And that's damn near purple. But...
Oh, wait, who you talking about?
Well,
I didn't even...
Because they got this meme, like, the royal family thought that, like, this is what baby Archie looks like, right? And he really looks like that, but then they thought he was going to come out looking like Michael Blackson.
Is this baby 1 yet?
He's walking.
Yeah,
he ain't even got his full tent yet.
I mean, well,
I didn't even see the baby yet.
He probably won't.
I don't think he's gonna get any type of tent. Not that it matters.
He is.
He's a part of the diaspora.
But that's what they said was an issue.
People are a part of the diaspora.
They don't want somebody of color because we're not gonna call this child black. We're gonna call this child. Well, we're gonna call this a person of color situation. Okay, because it's different. All right, it's different.
He mixed race.
That's what I'm saying. Person of color.
He is.
You know, black is different from person of color. Person of color could be an Asian. It could be
anybody. Right.
But this child is a person of color. So I just feel like their main issue is at some point when his father passes away, he's going to carry on the legacy of whatever comes after Prince, or if he is going to then be the prince.
Right.
They don't want no colored baby. They don't want that.
It has to be their full blood.
Yeah, for the representation of the royal Buckingham Palace or whatever the fuck y'all bucking up. I don't care.
This is a disgrace.
I just feel like they don't want nothing other than that whiteness that's been there to represent that.
Right.
No matter how, they don't care what it is. They don't want it there, period. Yeah. And I feel like definitely William and Kate probably had a lot to say about it because they were the first to be in the media with the whole marriage and all of that, having the kids and being that what do you call it, like a protege or whatever, like that these are the next two people up after Queen, like that. And then here he come with a black woman, like I feel like his brother was like, now like mommy ain't gonna like this. I just feel like ignorant. Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like they had a lot to say about it. And then they recently said stuff about how they're not racist. It's not a racist family. If you have to say something like that to me, that you saying you are. Yeah, we definitely don't want Meghan Markle.
Because most times racist people they call it out. Like you're just telling on yourself.
Right. You shouldn't have said shit. Had you not said anything, I would believe even more so that you didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah. But like here y'all were in the same situation, but it was so much more of a pleasant experience for you. Right. Because you here, with Kate, and y'all just white. White all up. You know what I'm saying? And now here he come with Meghan Markle, who can pass as a white woman. Yeah. And it's a whole hoopla about shit. And it's not even it's about the baby and all of that. The like, really? That's sick. Like, y'all really, like, it's just really, like,
that can't even defend himself. A baby. Like,
right.
You have to stoop that low, though.
And then you denounce your like. To me, like y'all must have been sick and tired of the shit because like that. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine having all of that royalty and all of that, and then just having to like, just be like, I'm done with this shit because y'all really crazy in here. Like, imagine having to give that shit up. Imagine being that sick and tired.
And didn't they cut him off from money and
yes!
stuff? Cut him off.
Yes!
It's just like, that got me when I said, what?
But see, they cut him off after he had, like, left. So, like, he was already, like...
but even still.
But it's a matter of, like, she was asking for help. Like, the thing that blew me was the fact that... So, I found out when I was watching the interview, there's the royal institution, and then there's the royal family. So, they were saying, like, one can't exist without the other, or whatever the case is. So, it was really strange to me where she was saying, like, she was asking for help. She was emailing people in the royal, like, in the royal court, like, in the institution, and they're like, sorry, we can't help you. It won't look good for our image, right? But see, the royal institution actually controls, like, the media, like, what is put out for the media, what's good press and what's bad press and everything like that. Whatever else they handle, but I know that as far as tabloids, they do handle certain situations like that. They didn't protect her from the media at all, for one. Then for two, when she was begging for help, they were like, sorry, that's not going to look good for the image. She then went to HR, and they said, sorry, you're not an employee of the royal institution. Human resources.
I figured
human resources, yes.
Because
she went there, and they said, unfortunately, you're not an employee of ours, so technically we can't help you either.
Wow.
So that's pretty much like that. That on top of the fact that the royal family, because they were saying, like, all this time, like, you know, whoever is in line for, like, the royal family, they always get a title. Mm-hmm. They automatically said that their child wasn't going to get a title, which means that he then is not going to get protection. Something along the lines of that.
So he's just a random baby that was made from royal people.
In other words, they said
with no type of
nothing.
And she was asking for the title. That's when, like, I think that's when the ball started to roll. As far as, like, them having, like, they at first stepped back from like the royal. They were still going to work for the queen, and then eventually,
didn't they like move out or some shit like
they
that?
ended up just leave. Like, they ended up. I think the family actually did not want them after they stepped down. They didn't want them to then continue to work for the queen. So then they ended up, I think, just stepping down all together, and they ended up moving to Canada. Which is because the plan was for them, because it's a commonwealth. I don't know what it is, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's commonwealth or whatever the case is. So they were gonna move to Canada or whatever the case is, and still work for the queen. But they're saying that the queen, I don't know if she didn't want them, or, as I said, the royal institution as a whole just didn't want them in general.
That I'm telling you.
So, but I personally think that the royal institution actually controls the
kind of like
everything.
kind
of like the government and the president. It's like that.
The electoral college.
Yeah, it's just like that. So it's like that. So that's why they really ultimately ended up stepping down, and then the whole situation that was happening, like her going, like, she only went outside for like two times out of the 4 months, and like the tabloids were just constantly putting stuff out there, and like one of the cousins came over and said, like, you know, you're oversaturated in the media, you need to lay low.
One of the cousins, bitch, if you don't get your peasant ass out of here,
she was like, she came over to the palace. The palace. You just ring the doorbell, like, what's up? Like, hey, I'm coming over. Like, is that what you do? You call? And she asked, can she go out with her friends? They wouldn't let her do that. Because, like I said, the media, and then when the woman had told her, like, you know, maybe you need to lay low, you're oversaturated in the media. Meghan was like, I am everywhere, but I'm nowhere. Like, she's
I don't even do anything.
Right. She's literally in the palace the whole time, but they're constantly demonizing her in the fucking press.
And she's not even going anywhere.
No.
As Oprah said, they silenced her.
Yeah.
They silenced her, basically.
That's, like, that's
silence.
That's so, like, why is it so...
Wow. It's just...
That don't make me sick.
I do feel bad.
And that's enough to definitely.
And a lot of people really didn't care for it. You know, a lot of people didn't care for it. They didn't care for her until they watched, you know, the documentary or the interview.
Well, I'm definitely one of them. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Like I said, anything that's not in my tax bracket, I really don't care about. Especially y'all way above my tax bracket.
Way out there.
Y'all got a queen. We don't have that here. You know, I'm not nowhere near that. But when I realized, you know, like what it was about, then I had some interest in it because I'm like, here we go again.
This is intriguing.
And y'all, I'm like, y'all hit like, it's crazy because when I first started hearing about them stepping down or whatever, I wasn't really interested in it. I was just like, you know, wow, that's crazy. Like, well, you know, good for him. He on his own, independent, trying to do it, you know, without them. And then when I just kept hearing stuff, I said, it's so funny how he's going through this. But his brother didn't have to deal with none of this shit. And I started thinking, before I even knew what it was about, I started thinking, is this because his wife is a person of color? Yeah. And eventually, like, when I hear it now, like, after the interview, that's pretty much all that it boiled down to. That shit is sickening.
It's sick.
That's really crazy. Like, is it really that deep? Why are y'all wasting so much of your life?
It's too much energy.
Yeah, like you can't get that energy back. And lizard lady, you almost there. You can't get that energy back when you on your deathbed.
Yo, you know what I again?
Oh, like,
you know what I find interesting? The fact that Ramona, my beautician, my mom, she we were watching the interview and she was like, she said something about somebody named Camila, and I'm like, who is that?
You talking about Camila?
No. I'm like, who is that? And she was like, yeah, Charles ended up marrying the woman that he was cheating on Diana with, or whatever the case is. And I was just like, that's mighty interesting that they didn't denounce him. He like that just puts a stain on the image of situations. Not that I watched it. I don't know the situation. I didn't even read up on it. I tried to watch the documentary of like Princess Diana. It wasn't really interesting to me, but I'll watch it eventually. But anyway, but like just watching and just seeing like, you know, she was just kind of like, it can't be two of us. Like, it can't be the two of us. And it's just really strange to me that he didn't get denounced. He didn't get cut off from the family. Like, yes, everybody. But they had an issue with the fact that Meghan Markle. Because I was trying to say divorcee.
Oh my God.
Meghan Markle was actually a divorcee or whatever the case is. Like, you know, she's been divorced or whatever the case is. But at the same time, this man divorced one of the women and then married the woman that he was cheating on his wife with. Like, what? Make it make sense. And then, like, it's so much speculation around the family, and then Princess Diana's death. It's just kind of strange, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, to each his own. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Y'all in the rabbit hole. I don't care.
I have a lot of theories on the Princess Diana situation.
So my question is, allegedly, do you guys think that somebody killed her?
Yes.
She thinks she was murdered?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
We're not
allegedly.
Saying this is factual.
Allegedly. This is our
opinion, and you can't top that.
You can't do shit about it.
Question it.
Because my opinion is that,
and it matters.
Yeah, it do matter because it's coming from my mouth, and I said
your opinion.
She was murdered.
Your thoughts.
That's how I feel. Been feeling like that. I've been feeling like that.
And if other people feel the same way,
this Prince Harry situation is only confirmation for me.
Correct.
It's only confirmation for me because I'm just what. I don't know. I just have so many questions. I don't know if I could say stuff, you know?
I know.
But it's just like, there's a lot of little conspiracy sprinkles around a lot of shit that's going on with that family. It's just like a lot. And I feel like that's another reason why he got the hell out of Dodge. Because they probably had a hit on his ass.
Possibly.
Or his wife.
Oh,
Harry.
Oh. Well, yeah.
It might not be a hit, like, to get you killed, but it's something to sabotage your life.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like something like that they have set up for him, her, or them together with the child.
It might be.
You know?
You never know.
You already said the child can't have any of the royalty of the family.
So what's the point?
So that alone is just like, what you mean?
Like what's the point at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably why. Yeah, that's probably another reason why they got the hell out of Dodge. And he was saying he didn't want history to repeat itself.
And oh my God.
Oh, there's that, y'all.
Yeah, it would have been another accident happening. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, they were probably either gonna do something. They may have done something to her, or they probably would have drove her to do something
to herself.
Which is unfortunate. And nobody should ever be in that situation where they feel like they're trapped, and then like you have to deal with the pressures of like a family. And I think that they did what was best for them.
Absolutely. Shout out to them for that.
Yeah, like they did what was best for them and got away from what any normal person would do, whether they have money or not.
Right.
Like if you feel like somebody is sucking you dry or they're being toxic,
and being out of here.
Being just like
it ain't worth it.
Detrimental to your mental health, and like you know, let that go. And they did the right thing. So they did the right thing for their family, regardless if they had protection. If they could afford protection or not.
Because Tyler Perry had him in his town.
So he definitely gave them shelter and protection for like 3 months or something. Which was great. So, you know, people, you know, support them.
Yeah.
I'll be over here in America. I can't say the same for the UK.
Right.
Over here in America, and it just might be like a culture situation.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Because like Meghan Markle is from America, so us looking at like an American and then watching like her be with a prince of some sort, like we all watch Disney movies. Not that I believe in the whole fairy tale situation. I just kind of knew like when things are too perfect, something always goes
right. Absolutely.
And that's even like I don't know. Y'all know the 19 Kids and Counting.
Is that like a show that
that's a show that came on TLC?
Yeah.
Well, I always said that family is not as perfect as they come. But you know, when some shit happened with them. But that's beside the point.
What happened with them? Huh? What happened? Now you got to tell it.
Well, the brother was touching on the daughters.
I can believe it.
Damn, never mind.
So yeah, but that's like but that's just I told mommy that I was like, you know, that family is just. I said that family is not as perfect as you think that they are.
I'm sure it's touching on these kids. There's no such thing as perfect.
No, and like you know, like everybody thought like she got the fairy tale and everything, but behind closed doors, it was detrimental to her health, her mental health. You know, I hope that they stay together. And they have a long-lasting love because who wants to go through that?
And meanwhile, you out here taking pictures, you know, for the paparazzi, smiling and doing your little, you know. Meanwhile, you dying inside,
and it's unfortunate.
That's sad.
It's very unfortunate.
Laughing at you, and they're not taking you seriously. Even the people who, you know, once, you know, even your husbands, like, and that's even worse. Like when you got it's like everybody. Imagine if you had a friend who was suicidal and. You know, people are making fun of it and laughing like, you ain't suicidal, whatever. And then the next day, they're dead. Like, the same people who are making fun of her are the same people who would do the same shit to anybody else. You don't do that. It don't matter what situation you know of. It don't matter what tabloid you read. That's not funny.
Right.
That's not funny. You never know. Imagine having all of that. We live in regular lives. Imagine living under the scope of millions of people. From America to UK, you got your husband's
on top of continent.
Yeah. Imagine having that pressure on you, and then you finally get the courage to say, "Hey, like I really didn't think I was gonna make it." You know, like I really. And people are like, "Oh, what? Oh, here she go." You know,
it's just.
Imagine if that were you, like in that situation where you really didn't think you were gonna make it, and people were doing that to you. That would make you not want to make it. You know, like that. That's crazy. And people really need to start taking mental health in the black community seriously.
And that's the issue.
Me and Bria over here, we ain't got kids. But we're already trying to figure out what the hell we gonna do to, like, if we even want to have them anymore.
Yeah. And that's,
you know, like.
I hear a lot of people are afraid to have kids.
Yes.
Because of these issues that are occurring.
I think it's a sad time. I mean,
it's just awful.
It's a sad time to be black.
It is.
Yeah, and it's always been sad.
It's always been sad. And
it's like regardless of, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, is there ever gonna be a good time?
Right.
To be black?
Yeah.
I feel like as much as we try to celebrate our blackness, it's unfortunate that we can't.
Yeah.
And we can't do it loudly.
Right.
Because then everybody else feels intimidated by
and
how
scared.
loud we are.
Yeah.
With how much we love ourselves, or like they rather not see us out loud loving ourselves and rather be closeted with it,
right?
Which is unfortunate,
or not do it at all,
or just not do it at all, or not even speak about it. And then once it is spoken about, then that's when everybody wants to be like, oh, but what about when it's kind of like, bruh, y'all get praised every day.
It's always been about everybody else but black people,
right?
Period.
And it's unfortunate because we don't want to have these conversations as black people. We don't want to have these conversations, but with us being black, it affects our everyday lives. Everyday life. Like I went to the freaking liquor store the other day, and the guy asked me, did I need help with something? I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted beer or if I wanted a champagne. I just didn't. Child, he came in the aisle, asked me, did I need help? I said, no, I'm just browsing. The mother freaker stayed in the aisle
watching
and looked at one shelf and then looked at the other shelf and then looked at me and I looked at him and then he walked out the aisle.
But meanwhile, while you doing that, somebody else in another aisle probably was stealing.
Mind you, I had the tightest clothes on. It was a nice day in Connecticut, honey. I was looking nice.
So where you was gonna put it? In your nose?
Where I'm gonna put it?
In your nose? Put it. Now I gotta say.
I said, oh yeah, nah. See, you'll never get my business again.
We'll talk about that later.
Child, but look, and that's another thing.
But that's another story.
Child, because our money.
That's definitely another conversation
for another time. But
because that just got me pissed.
Because that's stupid. Like, why do you? I just can't. Why do you think the people who were stolen are gonna steal?
Yeah, that's
like.
And it just makes no sense. And you know what's crazy? It's crazy. Like, it's literally, it don't matter what kind of car you drive. Mm-hmm. It don't matter how you look. Like I said, like, it wasn't like I was dressing anything skimpy or anything like that, but I had tight clothing on to the point where, like, I ain't about to steal nothing.
Girl, when you hopped in the car, he probably called the cops. He was like, yeah, sir, this lady is driving an Infiniti, and I just don't think it's right.
And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. It's just unfortunate, and it just made me think of, like, Jay-Z, like, rich nigga, poor nigga.
Yeah,
like,
you still a nigga. At the end of the
really
day,
unfortunate.
You could have a PhD. You could be more rich than Elon Musk, and you could be,
but not known as much as Elon Musk. You'll still get pulled over because you look like a black person.
Yeah, you ain't know you look. You is, and that's just what it is. Yep. You know, like, you could be in a Tesla that you work for. You know, like, what I'm saying, like,
the car looks way too nice, sir.
Yeah, sorry, this is just impossible. Like, there's no way that a nigga should be in this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull you over, sir. I'm gonna have to whoop your ass. Absolutely. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm just gonna have to kill you because this is just not, like, for real.
No, seriously.
Like, this is how
I'm just gonna have to kill you. You're gonna just.
It's all right because I know I'm gonna get it off anyway. So, like, really, imagine having that type of power. Imagine having that type of power. And all these little people that's doing it was the ones being bullied back in the day. Now, you get a baton or whatever you have, and you just feel like now you the king. But really, without all of that stuff, like Ice Cube said, let's go toe to toe in the cell.
I bet you ain't.
Like, what you gonna do then? Like, please, ain't no pepper spray, ain't no baton, ain't no bullet gonna save you.
You gonna cry like a little bitch.
Yes. Listen to F the Police. I'm telling you, by NWA. That song is
Remember, I remember they didn't even want to play that song.
Yeah, they was getting, like, going to jail over that shit. But what I can say is when we had the protest in Waterbury, remember they had people driving down the street, hanging out their cars, blasting that shit.
Yeah. As they should.
That was one of the events that I will never, like, we were talking about epic shit earlier. That to me was epic. Like,
that song go hard.
That whole event, like, I felt so liberated. Like, I felt like I was on a high. Like I felt so powerful as a black person. Like, I don't even know. Like, when I think about it, I get goosies because I'm just like, yo, we shut the highway down.
That was nice. Well, yeah, it was nice.
That was amazing. Like,
everywhere.
A dope experience. I got pictures.
Yes, it was amazing.
Something to always remember.
Yeah.
That's all.
Something we always gonna fight for, period. You know, like, I mean, it's ridiculous that we still
have to still even do that.
Like, my grandmother was, like, her mother. And then before that, it's just like,
and we still doing this.
Right.
And people, and it's not even the blacks. We ain't even getting shit. It's the people of color. Like, we ain't even get to the root of the issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, y'all gotta treat us good. Like, the people of color, that's one thing, but y'all treat the black folks, you know, like, I don't know how to explain none of this shit.
We just get spit on.
It's gonna sound crazy if you don't go through it. Like I said, if it don't apply, let it fly. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna discredit the situations and the experiences of black people that we have been through, because it's definitely different from every other race or every other ethnicity.
Yeah, I feel like every black person doesn't go through the same experiences, but at the same time, we've experienced like similar situations,
right?
Whether you can pick up on it or not,
right?
Whether they want to see it or not, like it's a situation where you just have to be aware and be conscious of just certain things around you. Like there are people who are out here who actually live in the suburbs and they've never really encountered anybody who was of, you know, who lived in a different environment as them.
Right, yeah.
And just they have to be aware, and that's their parents' job to actually teach them that. To be aware and be conscious of the situations, regardless of what you think that you might look like or what. You can't carry your degrees.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You can't carry that shit around. You can't put it in the back of your car and be like, "Hey, I got a PhD."
Right.
You know, it's not a license plate.
Right. I don't see that.
It's not. So, and like, you know, just like Meghan Markle has shown us, you know, you can live in the Buckingham Palace and still be treated like a nigger. Like,
and she's a person of color. Let's keep that. Let's keep that very relevant.
You know, she's mixed race, like, you know, but. Regardless of what, she's still black. Like, you know, her mom is black, or whatever the case is, and she may pass as white, but, you know, the one drop rule, if y'all want to count it, who knows? I don't know.
That shit is bull. That's just what it is.
But, you know, like I said, if that didn't teach anybody anything, it's just kind of like, regardless to what, you could be married into the royal family and still be treated as a nigga.
Right, as a nigga.
Still,
like, if you don't see it, I mean, if you haven't seen it, like, from the Capitol situation to this,
you're just ignorant.
The privilege is just really
at an all-time high.
Those who are privileged don't deserve the privilege that they have, and that
I think the problem becomes when they know that they have the privilege and then they abuse the privilege.
It's like ha, it's like I have it, you don't, and I know I'm always gonna have it.
It's a slap in the face.
Yeah, nothing you'll never have. Yeah,
you'll never
have the privilege. No matter what.
So let me act a fool with this privilege.
Yeah.
Even if the world changes.
But they have, but like you said, just pisses. They have the audacity. We don't.
We don't.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Because we can't be racist, so we don't have that type of hatred in our.
We don't have that power
in our makeup. It just don't work like that because we've never had the opportunity, or we've never had that in our history. We've been attacked and mutilated and maimed all of these times. We don't have the audacity. Why the hell would we now?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Come on, like,
absolutely right.
But the day that we do is gonna be, you know, like, that's gonna be a day of reckoning. Seriously, because, you know, I still can't believe y'all motherfuckers was at the Capitol climbing over the fence.
I know,
and I'm just thinking about the people who were not even that close who've been killed, and you know, like,
wasn't there? I forgot that lady's name when she took a turn on the. She took a turn on the wrong street with her son, I think, and they shot her.
Meanwhile, you got these
her name
crashing into the White House. Y'all wasn't even trying to stop.
Not even.
Like y'all was just like,
sure wasn't.
Like what?
But see, that's another thing too. Like if the security guards were supposed to be doing their jobs, how was it that everybody was able to like?
Because they were down with it.
If you look at them videos of them coming in,
they like infiltrated like the security guards.
Yeah, they was like this.
The government,
pretty much. The people who were supposed to be defending the White House was like, no.
Exactly.
Wait. No, wait. Oh, fuck it. Like that's really like what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like how the hell you get in the Nancy Pelosi office? And you was sitting in her chair, bro. Y'all stole laptops, podiums, like.
And then what gets me was FBI goes, you know, you seeing these people, just let us know. People on Instagram said, we don't need to tell you shit. You see them, go find them.
Right. Why are we doing y'all job?
Stop it.
Oh yeah, I stormed into the White House. I only got probation.
Yeah. Maybe a little ankle bracelet.
Oh, you should try it one day, son. Oh,
you'll get away
so
with it.
worth it. Trust me.
Because you're privileged.
Oh, nothing will happen to you.
When your skin is white, you're right.
Oh yeah, son. Just try it and tell them to
That's
try
what
it.
they say.
When you're white, you're right.
It was that, and then if you're anything black, get back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That was that. But anyway, so that was the Meghan Markle situation. Any last words on that? Because I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her, and I just feel bad for the situation at hand. Like, I'm sorry that she had to go through it. Maybe it was something that needed to happen.
That's true.
Things happen for a reason.
Yeah, so I mean, to expose them for who they
are. Yes.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, what is it really going to do? Is it going to be is it going to be detrimental? And if nobody in the UK really believes her, then it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Everybody in America, we don't have no ties to the British colony or whatever the British people, UK, whoever they are.
Y'all know
right? We don't have no ties to them.
We only got interest once Oprah took the shit off.
Yeah,
we knew then
and then even still, Oprah is trying to get in the black. Let's not forget
Oprah ass too.
Let's not forget. I'm not gonna denounce you, but girl, you ought to be ashamed.
Yeah, Oprah, really, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
For that Harvey Weinstein stuff.
Yeah, and you ought to be ashamed for bringing them boys on there to talk about Michael Jackson while he is dead.
Yeah, because you pissed me off with that.
Years later, but your ass ain't want to ask Harvey Weinstein about his living
indiscretions.
Thank you.
This is
in every Epstein ass. You was on the island with him.
Say nothing, but
you was on that island with him.
Quiet. We're not gonna say nothing. We ain't gonna say else. But anyway, that's
upset me.
We ain't say nothing. But so anything else, y'all? We wanted to talk about. By the way, conspiracy. No, I'm not gonna bring it up. Anyway, I'm not gonna bring that up. Because we already talked about that, and I'm not. I feel like every episode I'm always bringing them up. Forget it. I'm not talking about it. See, I ain't telling you.
Oh,
yeah. I ain't talking about it no more.
Yeah, I forgot about that for a second.
Yeah, I'm not
we'll talk about that once we get more information.
I got a joke for that. I'll tell you when we done. But anyway.
Okay, so I know that we wanted to have a discussion about the young kid who actually was humiliated and degraded by his peers.
Samarian. That's his name. Something like that.
Samarian?
Some Samarian, something like that. It's one
I didn't read. I can't. When things happen to children,
I didn't even bother.
I'm scared to read it, and it really bothers me. And I just read the headline. And I didn't even do that.
I only heard from what the hell you told me, and that was the hell it. No.
Yeah. And it was I just thought that I think it's very unfortunate. People need to really. I'm gonna say it like this, okay? Not that we were gonna go into depth about it or anything like that. I'm gonna tell you like this: when there's a group of kids, be very cautious, especially if your child is the only black kid. I don't know if he was the only black kid.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so if he was the only black kid,
definitely
be very cautious. I don't care if y'all say that they friends.
You ain't
Trevor, whoever, and Spencer, or whoever
bring
else.
your cousin with you.
Yeah, bring your cousin, somebody. But it's really unfortunate that children are experiencing trauma like this. You know
how
what I'm saying?
old are they?
They're in 8th grade.
Yeah, these kids are young. You're degrading.
12, 13.
Too young for this.
Just too young to even be knowing about any type of hatred or
but that stuff is taught.
It's taught.
And y'all invited that boy
if it's already in your blood,
let
alone when you grow into it and then you see it from your parents and your, whoever in your family.
And that shit was planned.
Yes.
All of these kids were raised with hate. Period. Yeah. All of them.
It's unfortunate.
All of them.
But just be mindful. Oh, also definitely want to talk about the Kendrick Johnson cases being open. I don't know if you guys know about that story. If you guys don't know about that story, it happened in South Carolina.
I am so grateful.
It happened in South Carolina. He was actually found in a mat, rolled up. His organs were actually missing from his body, and they tried to cover it up. Mm-hmm. Speculation is allegedly there were 2 suspects who happened to be the FBI agent's son.
Yes.
And FBI agents. 2 sons or something along the lines of that. So his case has now been reopened, which that's wonderful.
God is good.
Yeah.
Because I have so many questions about that shit.
Yes.
So, yes.
Also, I don't know if you guys know about
the liquor.
I know.
The 15-year-old Charles is his last name. I can't pronounce his first name. It starts with a Q. Kawan? I want to say Kawan Charles. It might be that. I'm going to have to look it up. Forgive me. They actually caught the culprit one of the people who actually was involved in his young black girls, just black people in general. Yeah. Everybody be safe, be vigilant. The FBI has just put out something. I'm going to warn you guys, the FBI has put out something saying that, we all knew that white supremacy was infiltrating the police stations and everything like that, but just absolutely be vigilant. The KKK is coming out. They're very upset. They said that they were going to ride through neighborhoods. I don't know if you guys got that text from the NAACP.
First of all, what y'all coming out? Y'all still mad about Trump? Like, if y'all don't go somewhere with sheep, you know what?
This is why I'm finna get my...
It's alright, because you know what?
What you need to come out here for? Oh,
yeah. Just let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah. No, let me get my gun.
Just everybody be safe.
I ain't get it.
That was back when Biden first got into office, but it's starting to become a lot more prevalent. Like, people are starting to see things and notice things that are happening. So everybody,
y'all just go to hell already, please.
Quickly, in a handbasket,
please,
with your sheet on.
Just go on and burn.
Go to hell.
But first class.
Yes, guys. I just want you guys to be safe.
Things.
Yeah.
Y'all, please be safe. Get your gun license if you have to.
We're still.
Oh yes. And Officer Chauvin or whatever has now been recharged with third-degree murder.
Yes.
There was two other charges I think that he's facing. So yeah.
that on the news on Friday.
I think they said there's three white men that are jurors. There's one black man and two other people that are like people of color but not black. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I'm not
seeing that on Friday.
I had to close my eyes real quick because it's really up. You know what pisses me off, and it's pissing me and my ancestors.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you what's pissing my ancestors off.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I just really upset that
y'all should not even be allowed to have white jurors on this.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I feel like that's not even a member. No, the member of his peers are George Floyd's peers. That's how I see it.
Right.
Because I feel like I feel like anybody. No.
And then you have the majority of right now. 3 white men.
Yeah, I don't understand that. 3 white men who I mean, I'm not saying that these men aren't compassionate. I don't know them. I don't care to know them.
Hell, they white.
History is traumatic, and it's going to do what
it's really upsetting because I feel like they probably harbor the same situation or the same hate in their heart that they made. And this is really upsetting.
At this point, it should definitely be illegal.
And then they might just happen to have one coon up there. I'm stressed.
Yeah,
just one.
Yeah, that's what worried me too.
Don't drag us through this just for it to
juries be selected. Trust me, selected, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally have to be interviewed.
Yeah,
before they take you on to this case.
Yeah.
So,
and this case has been very, and as a juror, it's hard to come in without biases when things have been in the media for so long.
Yes.
They tell you as much as possible, please do not read up on it. Just try not to have anything to do with it outside of the courtroom. So that way when you come in here, you don't have those biases. But come on. This has been in the media for so long. The charges were dropped. He was in jail. Then he was out of jail. Now here we are again. You can't expect people to not be keeping up on this. Right. This is one of the major issues that
high profile.
Very high profile.
Very high profile.
And it was recorded.
The same thing with if anything, thank God Rodney King didn't die at the time, but it reminded me of
he died eventually though.
Definitely the Rodney King beating George Floyd's death. It's not you can never equivalent
but it's coming from the same
root
of the place.
It's definitely a reminiscent. I could say definitely reminiscent of the situation. As far as the high profile, I wouldn't be surprised if God forbid this man was to get off, it would be some riots going on everywhere.
I sure hope there would, but I kind of feel like there won't.
It probably won't. It's not like
I kind of feel like there won't because this man, he's been in and out of the media so much. Mm-hmm. He's been in jail. He's been out of jail. The charges were dropped. Now here we are again. I feel like it's kind of getting like black people, are kind of like, you know what? Can we just get this nigga in jail, please? Yeah. Because this is too much. This is traumatic. Like literally, since he had his knee on that man's neck, he's not gotten anything. Yeah. Like he's been out. Charge drop here, and it's just and like
we're back at it again, going through it again. Like, and if we go through this again, just for it to hopefully not be dropped,
right? Like, what are we going to do?
It's a waste of time.
Yeah. It's traumatic. So I kind of feel like black people are just kind of like, you know, like how you were saying the other day, Sheik, about how like you just don't be on social media lately because it's just like I'm tired of seeing all of this in the media. Yeah. Another black person is killed by a white person. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Is the white person going to go to jail? No. Oh, what the fuck is new? It's just like, that shit is, and you get desensitized to stuff like that. When you constantly see it, it's just kind of like, here we, again. You know, your reaction is not like, I'm heartbroken. Or it's just kind of like, well, this is what y'all do. You know, like, and that sucks that I have that mentality. And I'm 28. I am 28 years old. I didn't see the Rodney King riots. I didn't see towns being burnt down. I didn't see all of that crazy shit. But for me to still have that mentality, like, I feel like, especially for the millennials, the way we feel about it is just completely different from, you know, the people who were there to experience the whites only counters and all of that. Or not even that. The people who were there for the civil rights. And it's just completely different because we're just, like... You know, like seriously, yo? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like I feel like that's how we are.
Seriously.
Our older people, they don't want to say nothing about it because they're tired. They're tired.
They were our age and younger.
Still fighting this. Seeing this. And they probably just pissed off no one to deal with it. Absolutely. And I can't blame them. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. And that sucks because I'm... You know, like I'm just now seeing racism. I didn't really know about it. I knew about it, but I didn't really see it. It was undercover back then. You know, we didn't have like Trump. The worst we had then was Bush. But you know, like he wasn't even that bad compared to Trump. You know, like compared to now, exactly. So it's just like growing up into it and seeing it now, because I guess we have social media and all of this. I'm like, yo, y'all really racist. Like
open.
Y'all really racist, and it's crazy when Biden won. Everybody was like, "Woohoo, normal racism!" Like that shit ain't funny.
I know.
Like, bro, like I'm hyped too. We could go back to closed door racism, but it's just like, bro,
but
that's not funny.
But it's not even good though.
That's not. It's not.
Neither one is
good. Nothing ever is funny. Like it's
not. It's just it's ridiculous.
You just make it
funny.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous that you gotta chuckle because, like, bro.
And I think that's how black people get their pain. We laugh and make jokes out of shit.
We definitely do make jokes. We gotta chill sometimes.
I know, we don't take shit serious.
Yeah, no. But I mean, it's hard. If we took shit serious, we'd be
just like them.
We'll be like that lady from SpongeBob in that chair.
Chocolate.
Dead, like her.
Chocolate.
I'm telling you, you have no life in you. None.
Yeah.
Because we can't. We really are at war. So
really are, and it's like, is it ever going to end?
No.
No. Any parting words, guys? I think we gave him a great show. Meghan Markle.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the interview, you know,
definitely watch
you're gonna feel some type of way at first. Everybody has their feelings about it, especially because it's Meghan Markle. She is a person of color with Harry, who is, you know. So that already is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But, you know, if you have not watched the interview, definitely watch it. It's something that you should definitely watch, considering the fact that it's talking about issues up front and personal, like on Oprah. Everybody can see it. You know, and Oprah's actually talking about it. You know, like, you know, not actually, you know, trying to, you know, victimize white folk. You know how she be doing.
Yeah. No, she be doing.
But yeah, definitely watch the interview. All of those old tabloids that came out in the past, those things will now make sense.
And everything, the puzzles are there to put together.
All dots will connect.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys for watching.
Yes.
Anything else, yeah?
If it don't apply,
let it fly. Period. And we're not about to keep telling y'all that because
like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please. Like, comment, subscribe. People, tell your friends, tell your grandmother, tell everybody. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all at home. And I know y'all ain't get the vaccine, so you're really at home.
You're really at home. Now
so stop playing.
Or y'all really outside. Y'all ain't got no business.
Or y'all really are outside. When you come home at night, you ain't doing shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that
too. Cause me too. On somebody.
So come on now. Still.
So we'll see you guys next week. You know, back once again. Y'all got a song?
Y'all, we was drinking before this, so if we're a little laggish, it's cool. I don't know if I got no song. What we singing about? We talking about being black.
I'm about to say Blim. That sounds like a Kendrick Lamar or something.
Nah, that was Drake.
Oh, somebody.
Blims.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Look.
Nah, that was
Drake. Just don't get your black card vote. That's it.
That's all I got to say. Depending on what it is.
We'll catch you later, yeah. We'll catch you later. And we gotta go off this here. Yeah.
Now we gotta go off this here.